All right, today we're going to talk about something that happens to all of us. It's this powerful psychological trigger that explains a very common and very expensive habit that most of us have.
It all kicks off with a really simple question. Why is it that when you get one single new thing,
Suddenly, all your other stuff feels, kind of inadequate? A little old? Well, let me tell you, that feeling is no accident. It's a very real and very predictable psychological trap. So let's break down this invisible chain reaction. It usually starts with something you've totally convinced yourself you need. Okay, picture this. It starts with a new phone. Your old one works just fine, but hey, the battery's getting a little weak, right? So you upgrade. You drop, $1,200, and you walk out of that store feeling on top of the world. Super modern, super successful. But then you get home, and you look at this sleek, beautiful new piece of tech, and your old kind of frayed charging cable just looks sad next to it. It's like an insult to your new phone. So yeah, a new charger feels absolutely necessary. Boom, there's another $40.
and that cheapo plastic case you've had forever, oh, no way. It looks ridiculous on this masterpiece of engineering. You need something that actually matches its vibe, its quality. So that case has got to go. Add another $60 to the tab.
And of course, you can't stop there. To get the full experience, your old headphones just won't cut it. You need those new wireless ones, the ones that pair perfectly. That's another $250 easy. And just like that, your $1,200 phone has quietly morphed into a $1,550 purchase. And the crazy part? You barely even noticed it happening. Well, this whole spiral, it actually has a name. It's called the Diderot effect. And it's exactly this. When one new, high-status thing you buy triggers this cascade of other purchases, all because you need to maintain a sense of, consistency.
Now, to really get this, we've got to travel back in time. We're going to 18th century France to meet the guy this whole thing is named after.
So meet Denis Diderot. He was this brilliant philosopher, but he was pretty poor. And honestly, he was perfectly happy with this simple life. Then, out of nowhere, he gets this huge windfall of cash. And what does he do? He buys just one thing, this beautiful, luxurious scarlet robe. And that single purchase? Yeah, that's what led him right back to being broke. I mean, the change was just night and day. Before he got that robe, Diderot was the master of his own world. He was content. But afterwards, that fancy robe made all his old stuff, his chair, his desk, his rug, look like total junk. He became obsessed, replacing everything, one piece at a time, to match the robe's elegance. He wasn't in control anymore. Not at all. And listen to this. Diderot himself wrote this absolutely perfect, haunting line. It just perfectly captures how a single object can go from something you own to something that ends up owning you.
So why on earth is this 300-year-old story more relevant now than ever before? Well, let's dive into the modern psychology of it. Because what makes the Diderot effect so powerful today? It's all about our identity.
Okay, so here's the deal. As human beings, we are wired to crave consistency. Our lives need to make sense. So when you buy something new and high status, you're not just buying an object, you're actually upgrading your own self-image. And that new identity? It demands that everything else in your life falls in line. I mean, look at this perfect modern example, the Peloton identity spiral. You don't just buy the bike, right? All of a sudden you feel like you need the special shoes, the right shorts, the branded tank top. And then you realize the bike looks kind of cluttered in your living room, so you have to create a whole Zen workout space. See? You didn't just buy a piece of gym equipment, you bought into a whole new identity.
And this identity trap, it has a very, very real financial cost. And most of us, we calculate it all wrong. So let's really dig into the true financial damage here. Let's take a super common example, a home renovation. You decide, you know what? I'm going to get new kitchen cabinets. So, what's the cost? You get a quote, and the sticker price is $10,000. You think, okay, I can handle that. You write the check. But here's the thing. That is not the real cost. And here it is, the Diderot effect in action. The second those sleek new cabinets are in, your 10-year-old fridge suddenly looks ancient and disgusting. So, you buy a new one. But the new fridge makes your floors look totally dated, so you have to replace those. And pretty soon, this beautiful new kitchen makes your whole living room look shabby. So you end up with a new sofa and a fresh coat of paint. All of a sudden, your $10,000 cabinets have actually cost you $35,000.
This leads to a really terrifying thought.
a lot of the time, these upgrades are actually downgrades in disguise. Think about it. Diderot was free with his old, comfy robe. He was terrified of spilling something on the new one. When you get that brand new white sofa, you stop living freely in your own home. You become this nervous curator, just constantly worried about protecting the stuff you own.
Okay, so how do we fight back against this powerful psychological pull? The good news is there are some really concrete strategies you can use to break the cycle.
All right, here is your 3-step defense plan. First, before you buy anything, predict the chain reaction. Don't just ask, how much is the new gaming console? Ask, what's the cost of the entire system? You know, the new TV, the extra controllers, the subscriptions. Second, use the buy one, give one rule. When a new pair of shoes comes into the house, an old pair has to go out. It's simple, and it prevents that endless accumulation. And third, and this one's a bit different, practice strategic downgrading. Intentionally keep some of your possessions humble. Maybe you drive a slightly older car, for example. This helps lower the baseline cost of your entire identity.
So, I'll leave you with this final thought. Just take a look around you, right now, at all your stuff. Are you the master of your things, or have they become the master of you? Did one single purchase, maybe years ago, set off a chain reaction that's still quietly running your life? Are you the master or the slave?